Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sharifah Alana Suha binti Syed Ahmad Mustafa, metric number 1240856. Today, I'm going to present the solution for assignment 4 for question 4. From this question, it is that a corporate finance scenario involving a local business owner who is applying for a 30,000 ringgit corporate term loan from Maybank. The loan has a 5-year tenure and carries an annual interest rate of 8%. However, to manage their business cash flow, the borrower has requested a customized step-up payment schedule. They will pay a lower amount of 5,000 ringgit per year for the first 2 years and then catch up with larger level annual payment in the final 3 years. Before jumping into the calculation, let's look at the key parameter of this loan. The principal or present value is 30,000 ringgit. The annual interest rate is 8% and the total loan tenure is 5 years. For years 1 and 2, the annual payment is fixed at 5,000 ringgit. Our primary objective is to find the level payment for year 3, 4 and 5 and then map up this out into an amortization schedule. To find the required annual payment for each of the final 3 years, we must first find how much principal that is left at the end of year 2. If you refer to the time diagram at the top, at period 0, the business owner received the initial principal of 30,000 ringgit. For the first stage, which is year 1 and year 2, the bracket show a fixed step-up payment of 5,000 per year. Right at the end of year 2, you will notice an arrow pointing up labeled as PV. This represents a critical point in our calculation. The outstanding balance left at this exact moment will act as new present value that need to be fully paid off during the second stage. This final phase spans from year 3 to year 5, where we need to find the new larger level annuity payment labeled as R. To find that precise outstanding balance at year 2, we are going to build an amortization schedule. As listed below, our schedule will track 5 key components period by period. First, the period of the year. Second is the payment amount made by the borrower. And the third is the interest paid to Maybank based on the 80% annual rate. The actual principal repaid that reduced the debt. And finally, the remain outstanding balance. Now, let's take a look at the amortization schedule framework. As you can see on the slide, we have set up the structure specifically for the first phase of the loan year 1 and year 2. At period 0, no payment have been made and no interest has accumulated yet. The table simply record our initial starting debt, which is the full principal amount of 30,000 under the outstanding balance column. For period 1 and 2, I have pre-filled the customized payment amount of 5,000 per year. Right now, the column for interest paid, principal repaid, and outstanding balance are completely blank. On the next slide, I will explain the calculation for the 3 blank space for year 1 and year 2. For year 1, the beginning balance is 30,000 ringgit. The interest accrued is 8% of this amount, which equals 2,400 ringgit. Since the business make a payment of 5,000 ringgit, we subtract the interest to find that 2,600 ringgit goes toward paying off the principal. This leaves an outstanding balance of 27,400 ringgit heading into year 2. In year 2, the interest is now calculated on the new balance. 8% of 27,400 ringgit gives us 2,192 ringgit. Again, the business pay 500,000, subtracting the interest mean 2,808 ringgit is used to reduce the principal. Consequently, the outstanding balance at the exact end of year 2 is 24,592 ringgit. This becomes our new starting point. Next, we can find the annual payment for the final 3 years as we get the new PV at the end of year 2, which is 24,592 ringgit. Here, the PV is 24,592 ringgit and is 3 years and our interest rate remain 8%. We use the standard ordinary annuity formula to solve for the regular payment R and get that the required level annual payment for each of the final 3 years is exactly 9,542 ringgit 52 cents. Now that we have calculated our new annual level payment of 9,000 542 ringgit 52 cent. Let's look at how it applies to the remaining 3 years. Let's take a look at year 3. We take our 8% interest on the remaining balance of 24,592 ringgit, which gives us 1,967 ringgit 36 cent. Subtracting this interest from our payment leave 7,575 ringgit 16 cent to reduce the actual debt, wrapping our outstanding balance to 17,016 ringgit 84 cent. For year 4 and 5, follow this exact same calculation. As the outstanding balance drop each year, the interest portion decrease, allowing more of our 9,542 ringgit 52 cent payment to clear the principal. By skipping ahead to the very end of year 5, you can see that our final payment completely clears the remaining debt, bringing our outstanding balance to exactly 0 ringgit. This proof the loan is fully settled. So the next slide, we can see how this all look together in our complete final amortization schedule. It's all from me. Thank you.